Jaxson Dart, you are my quarterback. You are our quarterback. And you are a New York Football Giant. The New York Giants trade up from pick number 34 to get to pick number 25 with the Houston Texans to put themselves in position to select their next franchise quarterback. The rumors all week long were that Brian Daboll's guy was Jaxson Dart. You may not like the pick, but nobody watching this video knows more football than Brian Daboll, and I'm including myself. And I'm going to put the trust of a QB's evaluation in the hands of Brian Daboll. And I cannot wait to root my tail off for Jaxson Dart. I cannot wait. Last time Giants picked quarterback out of Ole Miss, it worked pretty well. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We put out free videos every single day. We are live for every single pick of the 2025 NFL Draft on this channel. So subscribe, turn those notifications on, and let's just start it right now. Get those dart emojis going in the comments section right now. Jaxson Dart is my quarterback. Jaxson Dart is our quarterback. Jaxson Dart is the quarterback of the New York Football Giants. 21 years old. I believe he is just scratching the surface of who he can be. Jaxson Dart in high school up to his junior year played in a wing T offense. He then transferred to an offense that threw the ball in high school. And then he won a state championship. And he became a 5-star recruit. And he went to USC. 5-star recruit who went to USC. Stop comparing this guy to Daniel Jones. You are telling everyone that you are an idiot if you think he is anything remotely close to Daniel Jones. Jaxson Dart last year for Ole Miss, 69% completion percentage. Threw for almost 4,300 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He's a gunslinger. He's a gamer. He's a competitor. And he's got swag. Here's my scouting report. I watched every single throw of Jaxson Dart this past year. I had a round 2 grade on him. But some pros. He's got great accuracy. Throws a good touch. He can layer the ball into that intermediate range over the linebackers and in between the safeties. He was the best deep ball thrower by every single metric in college football last year. Underrated runner. He plays the quarterback position like a linebacker. He ran the wing T offense up until his junior year in high school. He's got an NFL arm. He is tough as nails. Second play of the game against Georgia, where he beat Georgia, who was the number 1 team in the country. Suffered a high ankle sprain. Went into the locker room. Underwent x-rays. And he told him, shoot it up. Shoot my ankle up and put me back out there. So they did. They shot it up. And he went back out there. And you know what he did? He beat Georgia. Kirby Smart. He beat you with a high ankle sprain. I want to go to this quote from Dane Brugler. A 3-year starter at Ole Miss. Dart thrived in offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss Jr.'s spread RPO offense. A heavy play action scheme. Jaxson Dart was the number 1 passing EPA quarterback in college football last year. That means per dropback, he added more points to his team than any other quarterback. After transferring out of USC once Caleb Williams arrived, he found a home with Lane Kiffin and left Oxford with numerous season and career records, including the Rebels' all-time lead in wins, passing yards, and total offense. Smitty, if we can go back to the full screen scouting report. I can't believe Jaxson Dart's my quarterback. And I am absolutely in love with the fact that Jaxson Dart is my quarterback. Is he a perfect prospect? No. Does he need to improve? Absolutely yes. He's tough as nails, ladies and gentlemen. He is a tight window thrower. He makes big-time throws. Go watch the tape. Go watch the sit-down QB interview with John Gruden. Some things he needs to work on. I think he needs to be better in the pocket. I think he can improve as a mental processor. I think his footwork at times is sloppy. I think that's because he didn't play a drop back quarterback role until he was a senior in high school. And even at Ole Miss, it's just get the ball out quick. Something that concerns me. He takes a lot of hits. He takes some reckless hits because he's got a dog-like mentality. He doesn't want to run out of bounds. He wants to run through your fucking chest. He is an unbelievable competitor, and he must improve versus pressure. That's my biggest worry for him. Can't he stand in the pocket and become better as a quarterback when pressure is in his face? Sometimes I think his eye level drops, and he's going to be able to sit for a year and learn from Brian Daboll and learn from Russell Wilson and learn from Jameis Winston. You may not like the pick. You may love the pick. But he's your quarterback, and you're a loser if you don't support him. Fired up about Jaxson Dart being a Giant? Hit that thumbs up icon right now. I got a lot more to say about Jaxson Dart. We're going to go over stats, advanced analytics, and my ultimate takeaways from this pick and the trade that they made. But first, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, Game Time. I want to give a major shout out to our proud sponsor of today's show, and that is Game Time, the app where you get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. And if you use our promo code ChatSports, that's ChatSports, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. And you can save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, theater events, and so much more. If you can buy a ticket, the place to get it is Game Time. They specialize in last-minute tickets, and prices actually drop as those events get closer. With the NFL draft here, that means the NFL season is right around the corner. And if you want to go watch the New York Football Giants, get your tickets with Game Time. If you want to catch the Knicks at Madison Square Garden for the playoffs, do it with Game Time. And turn on that all-in pricing and Game Time picks feature so you lock yourself in to the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. You can go watch the Yankees, you can go watch the Mets, and so much more. So what are you waiting for? Download the app, create an account, use that promo code ChatSports, ChatSports, for $20 off first purchase, where terms do apply. What time is it? It is game time, ladies and gentlemen. Support the show, support the sponsor, be a real one. When you watch Jaxson Dart's tape, it is evident what he is great at, and it's throwing the ball down the field. 22% of his passes this year traveled more than 20-plus yards. He completed 42% of them. That is wicked. He had 17 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions, 25 big-time throws, and only 6 turnover-worthy plays. The name of his game is throwing the ball down the field, creating chunk plays. Brian Daboll is reportedly saying he sees Josh Allen-like skills for Jaxson Dart, and I can understand why. He makes big-time throws. He can run. He can throw on the run, and he is tough as nails. One thing that I think is extremely underrated about Jaxson Dart is his ability to pick up yards with his legs. I think he's a Jalen Hurts type of runner. 100 carries last year for Ole Miss. 648 yards per Pro Football Focus. 6.5 yards per carry. 3 touchdowns. 22 missed tackles forced. 312 yards after contact. I don't want him taking the hits he took, but he's not afraid of contact, and he'll run through somebody. I love that out of my quarterback. He had 28 runs of more than 10-plus yards. 4 runs of more than 15-plus yards. 384 yards picked up on scrambles and 264 yards picked up on design QB runs. You want to use him in a zone read offense, you could do that. You want to use him in a power offense where you want to use a QB power, you can use that. You want to use his legs to benefit your overall play type usage inside the red zone, you could do that with Jaxson Dart. Elite deep ball thrower, underrated runner of the football, but he has to improve under pressure. That's my biggest concern for Jaxson Dart. I believe how you perform under pressure in college is similar to how you perform under pressure in the NFL. When he was kept clean, it was clean. It was on time. It was on target. And it was successful. 69% of his passing reps this year, he was kept clean in the pocket. He completed 75.8% of his passes for 25 tutties and just 3 interceptions with 21 big-time throws and just 6 turnover-worthy plays. But when he was under pressure, he wasn't that great. 46% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns to 3 INTs, 9 big-time throws to 5 turnover-worthy plays. What I do like is when he was blitzed, he was able to take advantage of the defense, completing 66% of his passes, 12 touchdowns, 13 big-time throws, and just 2 interceptions and just 2 turnover-worthy plays. The smoke around Dart and the Giants was loud. It was. Carson Schoen, the son of general manager Joe Schoen, last night on Instagram, shared a Jaxson Dart highlight tape to his Instagram Reels. Peter Schrager earlier this week says there's some buzz locally here in New York about Jaxson Dart being the preferred quarterback to Shedeur Sanders and the Giants organization. Connor Hughes says Jaxson Dart is a name to watch for the Giants as a trade-up option on Thursday. Sources I touched base with said he's someone Brian Daboll is high on. Most out of QBs other than Cam Ward. Among quality Daboll's values in quarterbacks is toughness. And Jaxson Dart, he has that. If I'm not selling you, which I'm not trying to do, go watch the John Gruden QB camp and tell me you're not thrilled with this pick. I know Eli Manning said Daniel Jones was the guy, and he was wrong. But he said Jaxson Dart is the guy. And I'm cool with that. Eli Manning, Brian Daboll. 2 people I'll always listen to about quarterbacks. It didn't come cheap. I would have loved this pick even more if it was just the 99th overall selection you had to give up. But you did have to give up a future 3rd-round pick. But at the end of the day, no price is too expensive to go get your franchise quarterback. And if Brian Daboll believes that Jaxson Dart could be the franchise quarterback of the Giants, I'm going to believe it. And I'm going to root my tail off for him. Jaxson Dart, welcome to this football team. I can't wait to see you put on that jersey. And I can't wait to see you win us football games. Grade the trade and the pick all in one. Grade the trade and the pick all in one. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. He will sit for a year. He needs to sit for a year. And I love that he gets to learn from Brian Daboll and Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. Is he a perfect prospect? No. But can I see what Brian Daboll sees in him? Yeah. Big, strong, tough, athletic, chunk play creator with his arms, with his arm, and his legs. Does he need to be a little bit smarter with the football? Yes. Does he need to improve in the pocket and facing pressure? Yes. But that's why he hired Brian Daboll. To identify your next quarterback and to develop your next quarterback. And here we are. I can't wait to buy that Dart jersey. I'll do it once it's up on the store. I'm a Jaxson Dart guy. Let's go. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. I'm on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Giants fans, you should be fired up. You picked the best defensive player in the class. And you got the number 2 QB on your team's big board. Jaxson Dart, you are a New York Football Giant. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what you do for this organization. You've got my support. You got Smitty's support. And I'm hoping everybody that bleeds Giants blue has your back. Because if not, go root for a new team. We don't want you here anymore. J Dart, let's go Big Blue.